Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading room. All right, just a little reminder there about the riskiness of trading. You need to be careful. You should only ever use funds that you can afford to lose. All right, here now the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the daily chart. It'll be a little bit easier to interpret. Oops. This was the NASDAQ yesterday, a very, very strong rally day. Looks like after the FOMC minutes let out, the market really got a little giddy up to it. And you can see it finished very, very strong. And here we are opening the day pretty much where we left off. We did okay yesterday. Most of the morning session was relatively quiet. We really didn't go anywhere. And if you break this chart down, actually, we can do that, can't we? So if we break this chart down to say like a 15-minute chart, you can see when the minutes came out, the market really started to take off. All right. So now we've got a little bit of this whole trading range idea going on that we tend to watch. So we're going to look for a breakout, we're going to look for a retest, and then we're going to look for evidence of whether the market can stay out. It may take more than just this tiny little break, but that's a start. So overall, I think I might be a little bit more bullish on the market today. One thing that is a little bit of concern is the volume, which seems relatively light given the size of the bar. We're just a few trades higher than the day before, and the day before was relatively small. Just a little something to tuck away in the back of your head. Of course, you always need to trade what's on the chart. You can come into the market with your own biases, if you will, but they should always take a back seat to what the market is doing. It's still relatively early, but we are getting some decent buy signals here on the Eagle. We've got now a test of the extreme, a retest of the low, a higher swing. The next buy signal is technically going to produce a rule of three, even though there's only been two buy signals. This one right here and this one right here. All right, so let's now take a look at that rule of three signal. We've also got a first micro macro cross here on the Hawk, a trend change on the Falcon with a second push opportunity. So we've got a few ways that we can look at getting into this market. Ooh, the Falcon signal actually just spoiled. Okay, yet another retest of the low. So we're sort of developing a little bit of a sideways trading range. Here now, the hawk is probably going to be one of the first to offer us an opportunity. We've got a green bar sell that we can actually look to buy above. Okay, I'm going to go with a stop order. I'm going to throw my stop order in above this high, and I'm going to cancel my stop loss order at the moment. Momentum does seem to be fading a little bit, at least during this whole sideways drift. And I'm going to increase my profit objective. All right, so let me put my stop loss order back here now. And what we did here was this was a green bar sell, and we're just looking to buy the failure of it. You can see a failure of a green bar sell will almost always end up developing into a first micro macro cross higher. So it's a way to anticipate that first micro macro cross signal. And let's take a look here and see where the next support or resistance line. Ooh, well, if we really wanted to swing for the fences, we could try to trade it all the way back up here to the median line or near the median line, which is at 68.72 half. Now, this was a little bit aggressive on my part, trying to get in where I did, because if this is a sideways trading range, right, what we want to see is we want to see the market break, then we want to look for that retest, then we want to look for the buying opportunity. Buying within the trading range like this is always a little bit riskier, and you can see I'm taking some heat for it now. Not quite at the quarter to the hour mark, but still a little bit early to be taking a trade, or early for me anyway. Typically, I don't like to take trades too early. I'm just as happy to let opening range expire before I try anything. All right, buyers have got to go, or I'm going to get tagged out here. Okay, this is the last chance now for the buyers. We got to see them start taking out some of these swings. Oh dear. This turn right here could be problematic. Look at what a sideways drift. That is one constipated market. I didn't check the reports calendar. I don't know if we're waiting on a report this morning. Les says we got the PMI at 945. That's not usually a big market mover. All right, here we go. Now my scalp target, and I'm considering rolling my profit order back down to my scalp target, just getting in, getting out, was around here, around the 68.56 mark. Oh, it's painful. Come on. There we go. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, now I'm definitely going to roll my stops up. And I'm going to start rolling with each bar with this tiny little tail to it. So I'm going to be very, very aggressive now on my trade management. Essentially going, like I say, bar for bar, anything with a little tail. Because, you know, as far as the Hawk scalper goes, that's a pretty decent trade right there. So we may as well take the profit. Hooray! Nothing wrong with that. Nice way to start the day. They did have me guessing myself there for a moment, though. You know, it was looking like the bottom was holding, which is why I decided to buy. And of course, the daily chart seemed to have a little bit more of a bullish bent to it. And now we're getting that little bit of extra follow through. All right, now a little bit of a pullback, which is really nothing more than a retest of this trading range. Let's see if we shoot our trading range across here now. Here's the retest. So you could put your just in case order to buy up there. And this is just basic market structure. If the market's going to go higher after this breakout, it needs to take out that high. Alternatively, you could also look for a follow-up signal here on the Raptor. That's very darn close to a hard edge bounce. We're still above the ATR, so things kind of staying bullish. All right, here they come. The Eagle now with a follow-up signal. Depending how aggressive you would like to be with this trade, there is the option to short below this swing right here. The idea being if the breakout does not hold, the market is most likely to move back inside this trading range and perhaps even retest the bottom end. Here on the Raptor, that would actually result in a number 2 signal. All right, so we got filled. Remember, very important, don't forget your exit order. And let's take a look again at, we're back to our median line, which was the original target. I'm going to get a little bit aggressive here with my stops now. Because of this median line, I'm going to bring the trade up to break even. That may prove to be a little bit cozy. Ooh, next target. Primary resistance way up here at 69.14. You know what? I would be thrilled with anything near 6,900. So we'll actually make that a little bit easier. And once again, I'm going to be a little more aggressive here with my stops. It's just the way I am as a trader. You know, I've said it before, trading will tell you a lot about yourself, what you can handle risk-wise, what your tolerances are, what your fears are. And it's not necessarily in a negative way. It's just you are who you are. Some people can tolerate, leaving their exit order way back here near the break even and just let the market run. Go ahead, go get my profit target. I'm not one of those people. I'm a little bit more inclined to protect the profit when I have it. And so what I'm using as a cue are these bars that have these tiny little tails to them. Or I'll stay 2 bars back, either or. That's about all that I'm prepared to offer up the market at this point. Oh, oh well. It's not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all. I could have, like I said, I could have left my stop here below the median line and gone with that. But we'll see here in a moment whether I was a little bit too aggressive on that trade stop wise. But that was a textbook breakout and retest. No doubt about it. Now, if I were, I mention this every morning because it's important. But if I were trading my trade quota, here I am half hour into the day. I've met my 2 trade quota. I'm actually having a good day, up almost $300 on just 2 trades. I would be done. $300 not enough for you? Well, don't forget, we were just trading single contracts. If you can get yourself to a position where you can trade 2 contracts, well, that's a $600 day. That's not so bad. Still not enough money? Trade 5 contracts. That's a $1,500 day. That's probably pretty decent by almost anyone's standards. Still not enough money? Get yourself to a place where you're trading 10 contracts. Now that's a $3,000 day. That's the way you're going to make more money trading. You're not going to make more money by chasing more signals. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I know you're saying, stop lecturing, Dad. But really, it's the truth, and it's overlooked by so many traders, and I see so many people struggle. And funny thing is, a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people think, no, that may work for you, Eric, but I'm going to find that extra little signal or that extra little indicator that allows me to tweak and never get another losing trade. Well, good luck with that. And I don't mean that facetiously. I'm sincere about it. Good luck with that. It's not going to be easy to do, though. All right, now we're just kind of bounce about again. We've got the band getting a little bit broad here on the Raptor. We're up to 52 ticks. And that may lead to a hard edge bounce. We've had a decent rally here pretty much out of the open, not quite, but about 10 minutes in. Nice little bounce off the median line, and even a late filter entry signal here on the Falcon. So it looks like there's still some bullish energy there. I don't know, I may rather prefer to leave it as a second push opportunity, but it is a strong signal all the same. The trend line relatively flat. I think this is something, like I said, that you would prefer to enter above current pricing. And now they're going to resist the temptation to do something with this because the trend line now has spoiled. But what I was looking to do is we had the second push opportunity here on this late filter entry signal. Late filter entry signal occurs, of course, when your filter goes out of sync, comes back into sync, but your trend line itself never changes color. All right, here we come again, back toward the top end of this trading range. Yeah, like Mark makes the point here, it's all about the multiples. He says, "Nice work, $300, 200 trading days a year. That's $60,000. Not too shabby." Nope, I know a lot of people working a lot harder for their 60 grand than trying to find two decent trades a day. All right, well, here we have our little bit of a breakout if we deem this to be a sideways trading range. What I'm looking for now is evidence that the breakout is retesting. This may be it. This bar right here. It's difficult to say for sure. Ideally, I would like to see at least one bear bar, but we might not get it. So I'll just get things ready here. No, did I wait too long? Okay, there's one bar. Okay, we definitely have a second push opportunity now. And just as before, we can either use the chart trader here, and if the market's going to rally, set a buy stop, or we can manually set a buy stop. This is your buy order. That's now my just in case order. Oops, stop that. Okay, and we're fading fast here, so let me close that out. I thought we were going to get a little bit more out of that, but Oh, here they come again. All right, I'll give them one more try. And I'm going to look to use the second push opportunity again. So just confirming the bounce here off of this. Might not be ready yet. We may have to get a hard edge bounce first. They're just kind of toying with us. Not quite sure what they want to do yet. This high right here will be significant because there's a possibility we're going to see a test of the extreme. If this high holds, we're going to produce a number 2 signal, and that will open up the opportunity for a short. Here's actually a quick little number 2 signal based on a very, very minor retest. It's not enough of a retest to actually print a number 2 signal. But we are getting this market in a little bit of a bind. It's either going to break below here now or it's going to break above here. So I'm going to watch it, pardon me, and we'll get ready to trade it accordingly. Okay, this bar that's forming right now, I'm going to use as a second push opportunity. So if the market trades below this current bar, I am going to short it. Although I think I would prefer to buy. Okay, there's now the hard edge bounce, the number 3 signal. Like I said, the big deal is this high right here. That's the zone I want to see the market get above. It's essentially going to be a second push on the number 3 signal. Or like I said, if this number 3 signal fails now, we're going to get a number 2 signal to short. So the market kind of winding itself up, either going to buy above the high or sell below that last swing low. What a mess right now. There is a danger that we'll be developing another sideways trading range here. That's not good. right, so I'll throw my buy order in just above here. I'll give it a couple extra ticks. I'll stretch my profit target a little bit as I anticipate the market may be getting up to 6,900. And I will leave my sell order here below my lows. That swing low is my initial stop. Actually, maybe I'll stretch it just a little bit more. Oh, come on now. Be nice. As I mentioned, this could be it does have the potential of forming a double top. You know, I'm not sure. Well, 69.14 is certainly the next target. Maybe I will try to stretch it out a little bit more. Maybe here 69.05. It's kind of a little more than halfway. It's about 3/4 of the way of this support and resistance zone. First, however, I need to ride out this first swing, and it's not looking all that promising. At the moment. Okay, now once again, we're getting up there to the point where you either start get serious about your profit or at the very least cover your trade to a break-even type situation. And I'm going to cover now below this bar with that itty bitty tail. You know what? I've got a couple profitable trades. I may try to give this one just a little bit more room. Oh, are they going to come back and bite me now? All right, that looks like a pretty good place to cover. If this bar fails, well, then I'm definitely can probably count on at least one more bear bar. Oh, come on, you guys are so close. You know you want to make a run at 69. And at 6,900, if it ticks 69, I'm going to say half, that will probably spark more than a few buy orders. So let's see what happens here. If we can sneak it up to the next, either the next primary resistance zone or hopefully even my profit target. No, I think I'm going to get tagged here. It looks like that move would have required a broader stop than I was prepared to give it at that time. And there we go. Well, if I wasn't done off my two earlier trades, I would certainly be done now. The market likely still to head a little bit higher. It's extremely bullish this morning. Look at that bull run. And we'll likely see some profit taking here as the day goes on, but my goodness, it's almost a buy and hold type day. We'll hang out for a little while, though. We'll see if there's anything else going on. If you have any questions, of course, ask away. And we're just kind of pushing now toward that 6,900 zone. Let's take a look here and see how the market reacts when it hits 6,900. It's a psychological barrier, to be sure. And what's interesting is, there you go. See how the market made that little bit of a hop? As soon as it hit 69 quarter, 69 half, it had a little bit of follow through. That's because there were a lot of buy orders around 6,900 looking for that little bit of a breakout. And in hindsight, it turns out my stop was a touch too tight. Had I had my stop a little bit further back, I could have made my profit target. Well, a little bit of a reaction now on that 6,900 breakout, which does queue up the market for a possible reverse, maybe some profit taking, maybe a number two signal. It's not something I'm going to get too keen on doing right now, but it's up there. Um, yeah, Mark, we're still getting some. Mark said I had a couple late filter entry signals on Ninja 7 that didn't appear on Ninja 8. He's wondering, would the dynamic equivolume bars be the cause? No, the cause will be the mean Rinkos, the 2.0 version, which actually allows us to tweak the bar a little bit. I'm checking with Ben. I haven't heard back from him. Let me just check my email again. Oh, I got a lot of emails. All right, I'll have to go through those later. But the mean wrinkle bars, this is the way they were set up. So it's very, very odd that we're getting slightly different signals. I haven't quite narrowed it down yet, but the mean wrinkle bars version 2.0 gives you the ability to customize this a little bit depending on the market that you're looking at. Well, things really kind of slowing a little bit. We're getting another little bit of a sideways trading range here. I understand Mark says, just wanted to keep the issue on the burner and don't be afraid about being the squeaky wheel. That goes for anyone if there's something that you don't quite understand or something that doesn't seem to be working right. Uh, please don't be shy about bringing it up. Mark says, I'm a little frustrated with the differences I've seen between our charts, just not used to being out of sync. It is a little bit disconcerting for me as well, but I'm sure that it's probably, like most things, a relatively easy solution. We just got to find it. All right, well, we're definitely getting a retest now of the highs, a test of the extreme. You can see the number 2 signals printing here on the Raptor. I think it would be prudent to wait for a second push opportunity or maybe focus on shorting below this swing low right here. Stops should go above the high, at least initial stops, which could make things a little bit more difficult. There now, again, the number 2 signal. So I'm going to look at this swing low down here as a possible place to short. And we'll just highlight that. It's probably a bad time to change chart color. And a little bit of a flinch off of that first hard edge. Okay, so now I've got 2 bull bars. I can now use this swing low as my position to short. Of course, that is counter trend, and it's going to block us from trying to take the market long. Mark's asking, am I the only one with that issue? I doubt it, Mark. Most people in the trading room don't speak up. So if anyone else would like to give some feedback, what we're dealing with here is differences between the Falcon on Ninja 7 and Ninja 8. So during this last run up, Mark said he had a late filter entry signal print, or I think 2 late filter entry signals print. And here on the Ninja 8, you can see during this run up, I didn't have any. We had the trend change signal, but no late filter entry signal. So if anyone else is able to make the comparison, and maybe we can narrow this down. But I doubt your problem is unique, Mark, I'm sure. I'll have to compare it on my own charts as well. Ooh, and there we go. Bigger follow through on that number 3 signal. As we get yet another bullish break. All right, well, let's put that away. That was a decent little push up. Now they're slowing yet again a little bit. Mark, can you send me the timestamps for the late filter entry signals you're talking about? Ray said that he can check them on his. Okay, we did get all the way up here now to the primary resistance line. That was a huge move. After this little sideways drift, I didn't think we were going to make it, but boom, look at that. The primary resistance now could put a bit of a bearish spin on the market. There could be a little bit more selling from here. And back to the snooze fest. Just when you think the market might be doing something, it's okay. Okay, so Mark says Central Time. He has 9:18:05, so that's 7:15 my time. Okay, so this signal right through here. And 9:23. Oh, both those signals. Okay, so back to back. So at 9:18, 9:23, he says filter went red. At 9:16 and 9:21, the filter went yellow. I wonder if it's my filter. Let's check the settings on the filter. There's not really much to adjust here, is there? No? Okay. All right, well, here come the sellers now. A hard push off of that secondary resistance zone. Definitely getting some sellers involved here. Big move all the way back now to the hard edge. Yeah, that's fantastic. Mark says I'll email you a screenshot and then I can forward it along to Ray or anyone else who's interested in helping narrow this down. All right, give me that hard edge bounce, and now we've got the market on a failed breakout. So we're going to produce a number 2 signal on the Raptor, but I just wanted to point out here what's going on. We've got a little bit of a trading range. We have a breakout that seems to have failed. So if the market's not heading higher, there is a good chance it will try to head lower. Not much of a number 2 signal. I'm almost tempted just to throw a just in case signal in below those lows. Here now the hawk with the first micro macro cross. That may actually be the way to get in. We are getting a trend change signal here on the Falcon, but I want to point out when the signal prints away from the trend line, you need to anticipate a little bit of a pullback. So you want to keep your stops a little bit further away if you can manage. So a second push opportunity here would be certainly the way to go. And I'm looking for a second push now on this signal. Oh, are they going to give it to me? Yes, stinkers. I need at least one bullish bar. Come on, get up there. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I waited too long. Oh, that wasn't right. Let's close that out. All right. Yeah, okay. Bear with me here a moment. Oh, come on. No, doggone it. Okay, sorry, folks. I thought we had this fixed, but it's cropping up again. Namely the sell stop order on the trade calculator. Let's see if it makes a difference if I roll through these orders. No, it's not making a difference. Okay, what I wanted to do was I wanted to short below here, below that swing low right there. I mentioned this to Ben the other day, and I thought we had it licked, but doggone it, if the little problem doesn't crop up again. Keith, welcome back. Keith says, I've been away for a while. Is this the new look for Ninja 8? It is. This is the Ninja 8, and we're running the trade calculator here. I'm not sure. Well, I'm no software programmer. Not sure why Ninja felt it was necessary to build Ninja 8, but nevertheless they did. Yeah, Mark says, what would we do if we didn't constantly have problems to solve, right? Yep. Life would just be too easy. Things would be too smooth. All right, gang. Well, overall, it was a very good day here this morning. What I would be on the lookout for going into the lunch hour session is a failure of this swing low. The fact that we've broken the low here means that we're likely to get another move lower. If you want to do your measured move thingy, wherever the market starts to reverse again, say right here, which will produce a number 2 signal. It may not print as a number 2 signal, but it is a great big number 2 signal. You can look for a reverse down here to around the 68, 83, 84 zone. Well, right there is your number 2 signal. So let's take a look at shorting that. And we'll just throw an order in. And then I can attempt to tighten the order if I get a second push opportunity on it. All right, here we go. We're short now, and profit target could go down here somewhere. Okay, a break of this low, muy importante. So I'm gonna chicken out now and bring my, oh, maybe I brought my stops up a little bit too quick. But that's the notion of what I would be looking for. I would be looking for a breakout of this low and for a continued move lower. You do need to be careful though, because today's trend definitely up. So any reversal is likely to be short-lived. You don't want to be stuck on it for too long. That's why I was a little bit extra quick with my stops there. All right, gang, I will see you again tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.